What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is AkeemHaynes. I'm a two-time Olympian, Olympic bronze medalist, author, motivational speaker, and sports commentator. On my channel, we talk boxing, MMA, track and field, and of course, motivation and encouraging content. If this is something that you enjoy, then I hope that you subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get into the video. Devin Haney versus George Kambosos 2. The rematch. First and foremost, right? Shout out to Devin Haney for being a man of his word in a world where not many people keep their word. Shout out to him for being one of those to do that, especially in sports. He said he would give him a rematch, and now we're seeing the rematch. But let's get into this one, right? In his first fight, right? The biggest fight for Devin Haney came from the external stuff, right? His father not being able to get a visa until the last minute. I felt like there was just a lot more distractions away from the boxing ring that would have caused problems for Devin Haney to get his mind off of the fight, right? But when he stepped into the ring, it was clear and it was a definitive win for him, right? Even though Kambosos Jr. was the champion, I think collectively in the boxing world, if we can be 1,000% honest, we thought Devin Haney was going to come out on top in that fight. Even though George Kambosos was the champion, we all kind of felt like Devin Haney was going to leave Australia the new champion. That's no knock to Kambosos, but sometimes in eras, man, and it always happens, you have certain athletes, you have certain people who are just different, who are just special caliber of talents. Right, I've been around these special talents in my athletic career, and you just look at them and say, wow, man, this person makes everything look easy, and it comes so effortlessly for them. And that's what Devin Haney is. He made that fight look so easy in most of his fights. In the first fight, he made it look so easy, right, that the fight to casual fans would seem boring, right? But I thought it was a great fight to watch if you appreciate the art of boxing. Devin Haney's performance was dang near perfect in that fight, right? He's got one of the best jabs in the sport, and when he gets into a rhythm, it's hard to break that rhythm and that flow because he's not a reckless fighter. He doesn't make many mistakes, right? He stays within himself, and he doesn't care what anyone says. Lots of people call him a boring fighter, but clearly, whatever he's been doing has been working, and I like that about him because he doesn't worry about the external noise. He fights his fight, and he sticks to the game plan. Right, let's touch on Kambosos real quick. To me, he's always been a timing guy, right? He uses his timing well to catch his opponents and uses counter-punching speed and accuracy to his advantage. He timed Teofimo well throughout their fight, and I think in the last fight against Devin Haney, he didn't have an answer for him, right? He couldn't find the timing because he let Haney get comfortable and get into Haney's rhythm. He let Haney dictate the pace. He let Devin Haney fight his fight. I don't think Kambosos can outbox Haney. I don't think he can beat Devin Haney at Devin Haney's fight. So what do you do? What do you do differently the second time around? And that's the question. How do you beat a guy who is very sound, who doesn't really make mistakes, right? Devin Haney, throughout his fight in the history, there's always one or two rounds that he's off and lets his guard down a little bit. But it's not really more than that. We saw that against Linares where he got caught, but Linares didn't capitalize fully on that time when he had Devin Haney stumbling slightly. Then Devin Haney got into his flow and it was a wrap from that. If that does happen in this fight, can George Kambosos find the timing and capitalize on it? I think Devin Haney comes into this fight probably a lot more comfortable than before. There's no real external issues from his camp, within his camp, you know, about the visas and who's going to be there. I'm sure that's all settled away now, right? You probably came in earlier, probably has a favorite spot in Australia that he likes to eat and likes to chill at. He's a lot more comfortable. Things have probably been a lot more smoother this time around. He's going to fight his fight. He's going to keep you at a distance, use his reach. He's going to establish the jab, use his size and reach, and land his 2 to 3 piece combination, use the footwork to get back out of your range. Haney is very cerebral. However, I do think George Kambosos Jr. will be better in this fight. He likes the underdog spot. He's had success as the underdog. He looks at himself as an underdog at times. He's in the right spot, but I think he needs to try and find Devin Haney's timing a lot quicker in this fight. He needs to try and disrupt Haney's game plan a little bit quicker. Once Devin Haney gets comfortable, it's going to be hard to disrupt that. So I think he needs to take a lot more risk early, and he needs to go after it early. You have got nothing to lose in this fight. You don't have the belts anymore, so you can fight a lot more freer. When you're the underdog, you got nothing to lose. So as the underdog, hopefully he fights like that fighter who still believes that he's a champion. Every underdog believes that they're a champion, but they have to get it done. And I think early in this fight, he needs to go for it. However, I do think the outcome will be the same. I think Devin Haney wins this one again by unanimous decision. But I do think George Kambosos Jr. will have a better showing than the first time. I just don't think that he has enough to beat a level of fighter like Devin Haney. What are your thoughts on this fight in the rematch? Who do you have winning? Let me know in the comment section below. If you would like to support the channel, there's a couple ways that you can do so. You can like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to support by way of donation, you can find options in the description below. Also, my Cash App handle will be on screen as well. Any amount goes towards the growth of this channel and will be greatly appreciated. If you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find my social media handles on screen as well. So with all that being said, if you've been watching the video this long, then do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, and we'll definitely see you next time.